Don't be awkward about it. Just say goodnight.
You should have said hello.
Opposite.
Yeah, he was not listening to you. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Pineapple and lemon.
We're
channel
here.
on the YouTube.
We're going to be doing a TV show watch today.
Yes, we are. A TV show that neither of us have seen.
Yeah, this is a pretty big deal.
It's a big deal.
Neither of us have seen this one.
It's a first.
That's pretty rare.
Yes, it's really hard for us to find movies or shows that neither of us have seen. So this is a great moment.
So the show that we're watching today
Show
is One Day.
One Day.
We are watching the TV show.
Limited series on the Netflix.
Yes, because there is a movie of this
Yes.
and a book of this.
Yes.
And I have not watched the movie and I have not read the book.
Okay.
How about yourself?
I watched the movie. Steven introduced that to me probably a couple years ago at this point. So I've only seen it the one time.
Okay.
It's a very interesting concept. The movie is over a prolonged period of time. So I think it's like one day and then every year they kind of revisit that.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. I enjoyed it. It was sad.
Other than like the very, very general premise that you just said, I don't know anything about this.
Okay.
And I love that. I love when I don't know going into something because then you get to truly experience it. Yeah, and I've heard comparisons to it or other movies like Love Rosie and things like that I have seen. And they do really play on that. You meet when you're young and it might not be the right time and then you kind of see how it shapes up after that. So that general idea I think is a really good idea for storytelling because it can show the like, oh, so close.
Right?
Like that
like if
love
only
that can't
you
be.
knew.
Yeah.
Right? It's an interesting way of looking at it because I feel like a lot of times with like romance depictions, like you meet like your high school sweetheart and everything's all perfect and fine and dandy. You guys get married, have 7 kids, and everyone's a doctor and a lawyer and everything's all perfect. But it's interesting though, like to see they meet maybe in high school and then they don't reconnect until another 20 years and one's divorced and one's widowed and to see how their lives have changed and then they wonder that what if, you know? It makes you think of like, oh, well, if I had done this instead, how would my life have turned out? So I think it's a great thought-provoking idea.
Yeah. And I did end up buying the book.
Not surprised.
I obviously haven't read it yet. Seeing how this goes too, we're just watching the first episode today, but if it really grabs us, might end up watching more of it and maybe talk about it on the podcast later.
Absolutely.
So I have IMDb for us here with a plot summary. Emma and Dexter meet for the first time on the night of their graduation. Tomorrow they must go their separate ways. And that's it.
July 15th. Blast from the past, 1988.
You remember that year?
Like it was yesterday.
Yep. From all the movies and TV shows I've watched.
It was black. That was nothing. Hadn't even been a thought yet.
Empty.
It was an entity in the universe. This is why our ozone's fried, right? It's from all the hairspray.
I'm pretty sure that's not the problem. I think there's a lot more modern issues.
Hairspray.
Is this the graduation?
I guess so.
It was a pretty fun graduation party. I didn't get to do anything like
I
that.
didn't do any of this. College grad, we just did a family dinner, but it was just a family thing. I didn't do a party with the friends.
I went out for drinks after my college graduation, but I was like one of 3 people that actually went to the graduation ceremony.
Yeah.
And you, Dexy, if you come. Will you come?
Oh, Dexy.
I'm Dexy.
That's such a posh name.
Dexy.
Do we know any of these actors? Are these new?
I don't recognize any.
Who plays?
So far, they sound like they are UK actors.
Leo Woodall and Ambika Maud. He's in White Lotus.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
But Mama, it's not school time.
But mummy,
Mommy.
mummy, are you my mummy?
Hey, who turned off the lights?
Donna Noble has left the building. Donna Noble has been saved.
Just any kind of Doctor Who.
Look.
Just because they're speaking in British accents doesn't mean...
Look. Doctor Who is out at this point.
It's been out for a long point.
Been out for a while. Everyone knows what it is.
A charming encounter.
Sorry about that.
You go through your whole time at school and you never talk to the person until graduation night.
Right? Well, they had to have been in the same classes.
Depends how big the
I guess.
cohort was.
We live next door in Halls.
So is it college?
It sounds like college.
Yeah. That makes more sense
Just
then.
based off the aging, too.
Yeah.
A tad too old to be high school.
Well, it's hard to know the way they cast the high school shows.
True, they do cast down. Or, well, I guess, sorry, cast up. Like, they have the older actor play a younger character, is what I meant.
Of all the raw things.
Well, should I get you a pint of snake bite?
Oh my God.
You ever have cheeky banter like this?
No.
It's just like real life.
It's so funny when you watch, like, films or TV throughout the ages and how the conversations have changed.
Yeah.
And the slang and all of that. Like, super, like, formal, like, Malay to, like, bro.
I always find
it changes so much.
I always find it interesting how characters meet each other for the first time in movies and TV. Because in real life, it's hard to meet people and like actually form a connection.
Yes.
That's not just like a, hey, nice to meet you, that was it. So I'm always curious the way they do it, where it's like, how is like an actual connection forged where these people want to like hang out after this? Because a lot of it, I think it's just writing. I'm like, they wouldn't actually ever talk to each other ever again.
Right?
But it's a movie, so they have to.
Well, and that's just the thing. Like, I started like paying attention to like the dialogue between characters, and I'm like, would you actually say this in this situation?
Yeah.
Like, so it's just kind of like reading a bit more into the character and it's like, okay, well, I guess like this is a little bit too fluid for me. In real life, I'd be like, what?
That's kind of the fantasy of it, though, right?
Yeah. Well, at least he's walking her home.
It's got to be pretty late at night.
Well, the sun's rising.
Yeah, so really late at night.
Don't be awkward about it. Just say goodnight.
You should have said hello.
Opposite.
Yeah, he was not listening to you.
When you saw me around.
Do you think they saw each other around, though?
I mean, I feel like you see everyone in your class, whether or not you pay much attention.
But are they in the same
bothered
class?
to learn their name? You're telling me, eyes closed, with her back to the door, she managed to unlock it and open it.
Who locks their doors in the 80s?
Just wondering.
What's your plan?
Do you usually ask for a breakdown in advance?
Not that kind of plan.
Yeah. I mean, I get where he's coming from, though. When she asked it, it was implying.
I mean, it's a fair question to ask. So what is your plan? What do you plan to do?
Yeah.
What's a safe word?
What's wrong with travel?
No, nothing, I suppose. You know, if you can afford it.
Is this going to fall apart because of travel?
Well, I think when they reunite, he never did any of the traveling.
Oh. So then he's bitter about it? Or?
Maybe. Or maybe they meet somewhere,
Ah.
like in France or something.
Smiles at you with about 200 shiny white teeth.
200 shiny teeth.
Terrifying.
Wow.
Terrifying.
Is she a monster?
That she's thick as mince and you've got nothing, absolutely nothing to say to each other.
Yeah, because she can't speak. She has too many teeth in her mouth.
Of course, it doesn't matter, does it? Because we're all going to be dead in a nuclear war long before then.
Yeah.
Things to look forward to. I'm going to start building my bunker now.
This is supposed to be just like a, fun night.
Which you are.
Then why are you sleeping with me?
We're really riding the wave at different types of emotions and feelings towards each other.
Yeah.
So do you.
But do I?
These two people seem so fundamentally different on a base level.
Did you just tell him not to play with himself?
She just passed
We
her
all
ear
have that
up.
one friend that's just like,
Listening.
I mean, he's like with most of our year, most of the year below.
So she does know of him at the very least.
Probably like the popular kid.
Yeah. Well, it seems like he's a rich dude, so that also probably plays into that.
I would not throw my glasses that carelessly.
They were pretty thick glasses.
Oh, getting a bit framed, are you?
Actually, my mum and dad are having it turned into wallpaper.
Sounds about right.
Is it just the same image repeated throughout the wallpaper, or is it blown up really big?
One giant one.
Blackbirds at dawn, yeah.
My guy knows different bird calls.
He must have studied the birds.
Bird watcher.
Is that what he went to school for?
Dunno yet. Ask me in the morning.
It is morning.
Yeah. What constitutes it morning at this point? The blackbirds are already up. Like,
Hey, he made my point.
she was like, yeah, I'm down and out.
Lights out. Oh, just
Oh,
kidding.
wait.
She's still awake.
Tell me more. What does he smell like?
Yay, burger phone.
I love it.
Classic. Did you ever want a novelty phone?
Did I want one? Yes. Did I get one? No.
Was there one in particular you would have liked?
It would like so I remember like seeing the lip ones, but I didn't really fancy those. But there was galaxy ones, like the clear, but they were like blue or pink,
Yeah.
speckled, like sparkly ones.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted one of those.
Right. Breakfast?
You think they're gonna make a full spread, or is it just gonna be like toast,
Toast,
cereal?
cereal, like basic.
Breathless. You seen that movie before?
No.
French New Wave.
What are friends for?
To harshly judge the boy you bring home.
Yes. It's their sole purpose.
I need to feed the guinea pig.
Oh, it's gonna take you 8 hours.
My whole day is shot. I gotta feed the guinea pig.
God damn it, not again.
Gonna prepare a tiny little meal for it.
It's the shoes. You're supposed to have more grip.
And the fact that he's still hungover.
Well, I mean, they were up till 4 a.m.
They what, slept 2 hours?
Nah, it's probably like 3 p.m.
You think?
I don't know.
What are we gonna do when we get to the top?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, he would.
Doesn't look like a fun and easy hike.
But isn't it all worth it in the end?
It's always worth it. It's just garbage. Why is she doing all the carrying?
He can't carry anything. His shoes are too slippery.
All right, and he has to carry his jacket.
Mm-hmm.
So it must be super heavy.
Would you like some bread?
No, not for me, thanks.
What?
Do you not like bread? Because that would be the biggest red flag.
That's a crime.
So rude.
Great. That was the
That's a
perfect face.
keeper.
It's how I'll always remember you saying
Aw.
rude.
Rude.
15th of July. If it rains today, it's gonna rain all summer.
Cut to
The seagull coming to take
yeah.
the
Oh my
bread.
god. Do you think that's a trained seagull?
No, not in the slightest.
There's like a whole bunch of camera crew around them though. Probably you think that seagull's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
I mean, if it's proper bread, yeah.
If that's the good bread.
If that's some good bread.
Grip was alright on the way down.
Oh really? Traction's different going downwards.
It should be. Oh, now
Yeah,
he's
now
a
that
gentleman.
we're not hiking anymore.
Wow.
If we're on a flat surface, it's okay. He can do it. I mean, just because he's a lot taller than her, his strides must be longer. So
Double
she's
time,
really
double
gotta
time,
hustle. Gotta keep pace.
Right?
Hello.
Just drops her bag on the
Oh
ground.
god.
That's so rude. You couldn't even hand it
Yeah.
back to her.
Well, have a nice life.
Have a nice life.
Yeah, I can definitely feel like unresolved from this interaction.
Kind of aggravating.
Yeah.
Not forever, just for a weekend.
I will trap you there forever. You will now be indebted to me.
You will never leave again.
See you around.
And then they never saw each other again.
The end. What a great bedtime story.
It's only one episode, right?
Right?
Oh,
Oh, 89.
oh, we're changing years.
And chicks. That was it. Okay.
They gave you the date, assuming the next episode is going to be the same date but a different year. What?
I guess we would have to keep watching to find out.
All right. First episode of One Day. I'll tell you off the bat, locations are beautiful.
How's Edinburgh for you?
Loved all of that.
Right?
Seeing the streets, seeing the nature, seeing them just walking around. It gives it such a personal feeling. They have so much to look at and admire while they're walking around.
Right?
How'd you feel about the interaction with the two characters?
Oh boy. They were not on the same wavelength
I
at
think-
all.
That's what's very interesting is that this is a chance encounter that could potentially develop into a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
But they seem to have a lot of different points of views and like feelings toward each other. And sometimes they were playful about it, and sometimes it seemed a little more rude.
Yeah, I was kind of caught off guard by some of the stuff that she was saying. Like, I mean, she was right to the point, and she was asking some thought-provoking questions, you know. But he was almost having an existential crisis because he was like, "I just finished college. I'm gonna go party, and the world's my oyster. I'm gonna do whatever I want." And she's just like coming from a very like logical point of view. I wouldn't say quite maturity of each character.
Sure.
Because it's not immature to say that you want to travel and have those experiences, because there's something quite valuable in experiencing other cultures.
But it's also because he has the means to
But
do
he
it.
has the means to do so. So you can almost sense a little bit of bitterness that she's not able to do those, like have access to those kind of opportunities. I can see where they're trying to build a bit of tension, but I don't think it landed that well.
I think that's kind of the hook of the show. It's not like they had a perfect fairy tale night and now they're chasing that, like, my one true love. It's kind of like, not messy, but like two complex people who met each other and they don't really know if they've figured the other person out, and they want to explore that more, but they might not be able to. So we're talking about leaving that feeling of like things aren't finished. There's still more here.
I think it's one that I would probably keep watching, especially because the episodes are around that 30-minute mark.
Yeah.
So they're nice short episodes just to pop on in the background. But I would be interested to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I think for me, it's rare that the first thing I've seen of something is the Netflix adaptation of it.
Yeah.
Like, because there's been a movie that's been out for a while, and because there's a book, this is my first time experiencing it. So I am curious if I do finish this, which I feel like I would, because like you're saying, like, it's short enough and it's interesting enough that I want to go through with it. I feel like I will then watch the movie and also read the book to compare and contrast.
I think what I might do too is like what you said, is like finish the series, and then I might go back and watch the film.
Yeah,
it has been years since I've seen it, so I remember the ending, like, because it sticks with you. So I think it would be interesting to see if this is the same.
Yeah, and how much they pull, if it's just the general concept or if it is like a beat for beat.
I would kind of hope that it's just the general concept. It's different characters, it's different beats, and like what they kind of go through, like their storyline's different, because we already have the book, we already have the film. It's a great concept, it really is, and there's so much that you can do with it, and so much so many stories that you can tell. So I would hope that this is different.
And like, assuming they're doing the time jump, I'm also interested if we're gonna just be thrown into situations and it's like, where are they, what's going on, or if it's going to be a bit more explained. And then also because it's supposedly taking place over 20 years, how they're going to age up the actors too,
right?
Because that's always just interesting to see, because
that's where it gets creative with makeup and prosthetics.
But starting from like 22-year-olds to them being about 42,
50,
like, that is, it's a change.
It is a change, yeah.
And even their mannerisms and the way that they portray the characters will be different too. So I think that will be a fun part to watch along and see how they do that part as well.
So it sounds like from both of us, it's a success. We're interested to see where it goes. Do you have any other thoughts on One Day?
No, I think, like you were saying, it's something I had considered watching already. So when we were talking about, what's something we can check out, and we both hadn't seen it, I'm like, this might be the perfect time to do it. And then can go ahead and watch the rest of the show and maybe talk about it later down the road.
Yeah.
See how we're feeling about it.
Definitely. So let us know if you guys have watched One Day, whether it's the movie, the limited TV series on Netflix, or if you've read the book, what your thoughts were. If you want us to discuss this further once we finish the series, we can chat about it on the podcast, which you can find on Spotify. And if you have any further recommendations for a film, TV series, let us know in the comments and we'll add those to the list, and we'll definitely check those out.
And we'll keep on watching.
Keep on watching.
One day at a time.
Hey, there it is.
Thank you so much for watching with us.
It's been a blast and a half.
Had a really good time.
As always.
You could like this video.
Or subscribe, even better.
If you want to see something for us to watch in the future, like a movie or a TV show, please let us know in the comments.
And we'll get on that right away for you.
Yeah.
Woohoo!